Your name is John Kafi.
Greetings, you are now listening to Coffee Talk, and this is John Kafi. Here at Coffee Talk, we do this for the culture with new episodes every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can check us out online at www.coffee-talk.com. That is KAFI-TALK.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at John_Coffee_. Follow me on Twitter at John_Coffee. Be sure to like that Facebook page at facebook.com/coffeetalkpod. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Coffee Talk, hosted by John Kafi, and we're also available on Spotify. Once again, that is KAFI. First order of business for this week. Here's my take on it. I'm going to do a little something different. I have an observation to make about the music business from my own personal experience, and it goes like this. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Almost 14 years ago is when I faced the harsh reality that the music industry isn't a meritocracy, meaning that you don't succeed simply based on the merit of your work or the strength of your talent. There is a hierarchy of handlers and glorified secretaries that uphold the structure of the current music biz, be it local or global. And not many, if any, care about the culture or craft of hip-hop, let alone the details related to its political identity. As the music artist or performer, you are viewed as another pack of hot dogs on the shelf. Your flavor and quality play a role, but not any more than the vibrance of your colorful packaging or your catchy title. Your songs are the commercial jingles that program brainwashed aisle walkers to direct their attention towards you with intent of purchase. The old school dream of the music artist was to get discovered, to have someone that you admire also return that sentiment and offer you an opportunity to participate in the game at a more recognized level. The reality is that firmly positioned in between the aspiring artist and the established OG that may be able to provide this experience, there are managers, promoters, other artists, DJs, talent buyers, venue managers, groupies, and overzealous fanatics. In the midst of this chaotic circus of mayhem, the bottom line is the bottom line. Not how refined your art is, not how long you've been rehearsing, not how much experience you have as a performer, not how great your production is. What matters the most is what kind of team you choose to have around you and what kind of connections they have among the fire eaters, jugglers, lion tamers, and trapeze artists. Now call me jaded or disenchanted, but until I am shown otherwise, I will always think that those with the least artistic talent hold the most power in the industry. The artists aren't the bosses or even the employees, they are the product. And this won't be changed until a significant number of artists become dissatisfied enough with this fact to spark a major industry revolution. Until then, independent is the way to go. Now, how do you feel about it? Respond in the comment section below the YouTube video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, for this episode's edition of Coffee's Krates, we're gonna run through a few releases that I think you guys check out. First on the list is our special featured guest, who we're going to be talking to here in a few minutes. His name is Atma. That's ATMA, and it's a Sanskrit word that means soul. The album is his debut, released back in 2005. It's called Beyond the Speed of Mind. It's entirely produced by Panik of Molemen, who we'll talk about during the interview. And it features Lord 360 and John the Baptist. All right, next on the list, we have Maze Overlay with Aztecas. Maze Overlay is from Arizona. And this project is produced entirely by Pharma Beats. It features Daniel Son and Ason Eastwood from Canada. Falcon Outlaw, Family Gang Black, ST Knack of Tragic Allies, Grim Moses, and Snotty of Umbrella Collective. Now we're going to be interviewing another member of the Umbrella Collective, J Royale, in a future episode of Coffee Talk, so stay tuned for that. Maze Overlay is formerly known as King David of Vendetta Kings, for those of you who might not know. And last but not least, we have Freddie Gibbs, Soul Sold Separately. The producers on this one are Alchemist, Jake One, Boy Wonder, Justice League, DJ Paul of 3-6 Mafia, Madlib, and a host of others. Features include Offset, Moneybagg Yo, Rick Ross, Anderson .Paak, Raekwon of Wu-Tang Clan, DJ Paul of 3-6 Mafia, Pusha T, Scarface, and others. For those of you who've been living under a rock and don't know who Freddie Gibbs is, he's actually from Indiana, Gary, Indiana, which is my home state. And he has been getting into beefs with everyone from Benny the Butcher to DJ Academics on Twitter. And he's actually a comedian. He's about to start a comedy show, I believe. And he's got a couple classic albums under his belt. One was nominated for a Grammy. That was Alfredo, which was produced entirely by Alchemist. And he has 2 albums entirely produced by Madlib. The first one was Pinata, and the second one was Bandana. So be sure to check that out. And stay tuned every week for a new update on some new tunes that you can check out right here on Coffee's Krates.
And chip food. Fuck your aphorism, attack with prisms, laughing with some slash your fiction. When a battle, sad decision, I bash vaginal diction, laugh with a spine pop, licking shots from the divine block, the cyclops. People one time obliged to undermine cops, go crops to kind of make the mind rock. Right, not a crime, stop time, redesign plots, tie knots in the mind with a rhyme jot. Dottle your eyes, stay high with the kind pot. Love to see the third eye pop out the forehead, soul fled and left the corpse dead. The waking life dream walker, charting through a cautious sleeping prophet, Mr. Crystal Gazer disembodied in the astral transcendent space man. Fly with the guard, y'all. Got 7 bodies, only one is 3-dimensional. Steve paraphysical beyond.
Special featured guest for this episode of Coffee Talk is none other than a legendary underground MC. He's worked with a lot of dope artists and producers such as Panik of the Molemen, and he can also rhyme in a couple different languages. He's got legendary projects, and he's a part of the team called Masta Buildas, and also represents the label ESF. Give it up, Atma.
Peace, respect.
Peace.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate it. First, I want to start off by asking you the origin of your name. How did you get that name, and what does that name mean?
I got the name, originally I was studying Sanskrit. I've been studying it for many years. I was studying Sanskrit back in like, I think I started in like 97, where I got some books, some Prabhupada books off the streets in Chicago. And then I ended up learning from temples and stuff. And then I ended up learning from tutors. And so I've been studying that a long time.
So are you originally from Chicago?
Originally, yes.
Okay, and is that your spiritual background as well as Hindu, or is that just you have an appreciation for the language?
Yeah, I was searching for God at a really young age. I had got stabbed in the abdomen with a butcher knife in a fight, and I started. I was searching for God, and ended up meeting some devotees on the streets of Chicago. They gave me these books, real deep metaphysical books, and that's how I started my journey, man.
Do you remember the names of some of those books?
Yeah, the Bhagavad Gita as it is.
I'm familiar with that, actually.
Yeah, so that's where I got the word, the name Atma, which means soul in Sanskrit.
That's definitely what's up. How did you discover hip-hop? How early in your life did you discover it?
Oh, man. Probably 85. Basketball.
Oh, yeah. Curtis Blow.
I was into Michael Jackson as a kid, and then, Fat Boy, Will Smith, Curtis Blow. I started hearing that at a young age, and I started liking that shit more than anything else,
That's what's up.
And Disorderlies, like the movie, the Fat Boys movie.
I'm familiar, yeah.
So probably, as a really little kid, man, I was started getting into hip hop, man. And then probably when I heard Rakim in 86, 87, 88, I was just blown away, dude.
No doubt. Now, what was the first rap record you heard that made you want to pick up the pen?
it gotta be follow the leader, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, follow the leader, Rakim. I don't know, maybe I would say Step in the Arena, Gangstar.
Oh yeah,
also.
definitely. Classic.
So though between Rakim and Guru, yeah.
R.I.P. Guru, remembered in perfection.
Yes, indeed.
And I do want to, since we're talking about Chicago, where you came from, there's a legendary crew from Chicago called the Molemen, consisting of a few different people, Vakil and PNS and Panik and Memo. And you actually, one of your earliest releases that you officially put out there was an album called Beyond the Speed of Mind, and it was entirely produced by Panik of Molemen. How did that come about?
Yeah, me and Panik, we go way back, back to open mic days where I was roommates with 30MF, who was the host at Elbow Room for open mics on Mondays, and Spo from Rubber Room. And I used to be there all the time, and me and Panik used to chop it up all the time at open mics for many years, Double Door after that. And then I ended up doing a demo with him in '99, and the DAT got lost in a flood. And so we linked back up in like 2004. And then by the time I was done recording, it was probably January 2006, Beyond the Speed of Mind. Yeah, that came about from just us knowing each other for many years. And so that album dropped in like 2006.
That's what's up. Now, as far as Panik, were you ever tempted or asked to be a member of the Molemen?
Nah, not like that. But we were just cool, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was in 2005, 2006, we would hang out and shit, we were just real cool. We always had been cool, but now I was never with the actual crew.
That's what's up. Now, as far as your other affiliations, one of your most consistent affiliations you've had has been with the Masta Builders. Now, could you tell us a little bit about them? I think, if I'm correct, it started with just you and Apakalypse from Florida, right?
Yeah, that's correct, man.
Now, how did you connect with him?
Yeah, 2006, I ended up traveling to Miami, and that's where I ended up meeting Apakalypse. So we started that group in 2007, I believe. And I still had beats from Panik, so we were working on some stuff. And then Stoop from Jedi Mind Tricks, right before I came to Miami, I met him at Abbey Pub in Chicago. We chopped it up, and I gave him my album, and he ended up sending me a beat back. We never released it. It was like a scratch track that was supposed to go on to Decalogue. But yeah, that was like the advent of Masta Builders with me and Apakalypse, 2007.
Yeah, Stoop is definitely a legendary producer, and that Decalogue album was like a compilation. It was like all his beats with various guest features like MOP and stuff like that, right?
So that track was never released, but yeah, that's how me and Apak hooked up. We just we met online, and we just clicked, man.
Eventually, you added another member in Illuminati Congo, also known as John Nigga the Baptist. How did that come about?
Yeah, I ended up going back to Chicago after I left Miami, went back to Chicago, and we recorded, what did we record? Reptilian Body Snatchers, the title track of that album, the first Masta Builders album. And it just happened, like, just molded together. Apak came back up to Chicago. He traveled to where we were from Miami. And we just was in the studio, and it just came together.
Right, you just discovered that chemistry, huh?
Yep, it just happened naturally.
Now, you guys as a crew have several releases together, right? What is it, like 6 or 7?
We have actually 8.
8?
Yeah, 8. Mm-hmm.
Which one is your favorite out of all those releases out of the Masta Builders projects?
I don't know. Probably Reptilian Body Snatchers, man.
Oh, yeah?
I'm really critical of myself. I don't really like any of my music.
A true artist, spoken like a true artist.
Yeah.
So I got a question to ask you regarding the albums and the imagery of Masta Builders and you yourself as an artist. Some fans are wondering if you might be a Freemason or affiliated with the Freemasons.
Nope. Nah. Never got into the Freemasonry. And didn't feel the need to, even though I feel like, our history is hidden from us, and they may know a lot of things that the average common person in general doesn't know. And yeah, just to my knowledge, they're Luciferians, so I can't fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So do you have a lot of fans that question you about that?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it comes up, you know. So yeah, I'm glad you asked that question because yeah, I'm not affiliated with any type of masonry, Freemasonry at all. With all due respect.
Yeah, respect. So you have an actual label, ESF? Is that your label? Is that cell phone?
Eternal Soulfire. That's Apocalypse label.
Oh, okay.
ESF Master Builders, and I guess I'm the vice president.
That's what's up.
So yeah, and Master Builders, yeah, we came up with that group in, like I said, 2007. So ESF Master Builders is like our shit.
So ESF,
Lord Gamma too, yeah. Lord Gamma and Apocalypse are the they started ESF, Eternal Soulfire.
And he's a producer.
And they're brothers, yeah.
Lord Gamma.
And then yep, and then we met up in 2006, 2007. We started Master Builders.
That's what's up.
But yeah, yep.
Now you have some outside connections outside of the fam that are pretty legendary as well. You've connected with some artists from Wu-Tang, such as like Killer Priest and GZA.
Well, shit, that was a long time ago, 2007. I ended up having a girlfriend at the time that knew Priest, was friends with Priest. She was like a DJ, and she was close friends. She had a girlfriend who was Priest's manager, is ESL. And I ended up meeting Priest through that, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. You know, through her, you know, just being cool with Priest, and then, yeah, I ended up meeting him like that. And I ended up being cool with Priest a long time ago, like 15 years ago. And he put me down with Maccabees, G-Disciples.
That's what's up. Have you guys collaborated?
We still haven't, man. It's been long overdue, man.
No doubt. You got to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're also connected to the crew Lost Children of Babylon. How did that connection occur?
Yeah, around the same time too, like 2000, after my album dropped 2006, like 2007. Me and Rasul got cool. And then he ended up putting out my next album, Beyond Birth and Death, on LCOB Productions. So he put out that record.
Nice.
Yeah, Rasul's a good dude. Peace to Rasul. Shout out to wherever he's at. Killer Priest.
You know they actually have a podcast together, right? In LA.
Yeah. Yep.
That's that Podcraft. Yeah.
Yeah. I've checked it out a couple times.
They need to get you on there, brother.
Yeah, that'd be dope. It's been a while. I haven't talked to Sue in a minute. It's been a minute, and I haven't talked to Priest in that long. So that'd be dope.
I might try to make that connection for you.
Word, that'd be dope, man.
Yeah. Now, also you had.
Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, bro. Now, in your many collaborative efforts and through the creative process of being a hip hop MC, you've also connected with some other artists like Trust One, and you formed a group called Jewelz Infinite with him. Now, how did that turn out? He's from San Diego, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So how did that happen?
Similar thing, man. I had a girlfriend at the time out there, and she introduced me to Trust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we ended up just working. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. When I met Trust, I met him with Son of Saturn first, actually.
Right.
Me and Son of Saturn had flew me out to Denver to record, and then we took a road trip. We drove from Denver to the West Coast, and that's where I met Trust first, because we hooked up with him and Orgo Elohim.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and we just all clicked. Yeah, same thing, man. Just chemistry, you know, between me and Trust and Orko.
So that is Son of Saturn of the
Son of Saturn too, yeah.
Akashic Ancestors and Revolt Motion Records.
Yes.
So you've known him for quite some time. Did you know him before that?
Yeah, I first met Saturn when he flew me out there. That was probably like 2009, 2010.
Have you guys done a lot of collaborations since then?
We have. We did a record. We did an album, Jacob's Ladder. It's a pretty dope album.
What's the group title on that? Was it just Son of Saturn and Atma, or did it have a group title?
Yeah. Son of Saturn, Atma, Jacob's Ladder. It's just self-titled. It's called the Croatoa Koans.
That's what's up. Do you have a in-house producer that you work with on your projects, or is there one favorite producer that you like to go to, or is it just a variety of people that you work with?
Right now, I'm working with Vherbal of Anno Domini. I have a whole bunch of beats with him, and I'm working with Lord Gamma always of ESF. Those main two. Also, I'm still linked with Panik. So really, Vherbal, Panik, and Lord Gamma, really.
Right.
Who I'm fucking with right now, yeah.
Now, the track that we played before the interview was a DJ Premier beat, and that's a joint called Times is Rough / Crush. Where is that song coming from? Is that a project you're working on or a mixtape?
Yeah, it's a mixtape. Jacking for beats. I'm working on that, man. Just putting out an ill mixtape. Just dope verses and classic beats. Classic Atma verses and classic, beats by DJ Premier, Alchemist, Havoc, etc. Dillinger. Dope, real dope production. Just something I'm doing really for myself, and I'm gonna share it with people.
Now, as an artist, being an artist, you're inspired by people. You come up looking up to other artists that kind of get you into what you're doing. In your mind, what would be the dream collab or the dream production for an Atma song? Someone that you haven't worked with yet.
Man, I would say, this producer, the main producer I would like to work for, man, is the same producer as Griselda, is the top producer of Griselda.
Oh, so you're feeling the Griselda movement, huh?
Yeah, Dillinger, yeah, dude, that dude is ill.
Yeah, Derringer, and he's got a few other people like Kent.
Derringer, my bad, Dillinger.
It's all good. Have you heard Camouflage Monk? Any of his production? He works with Griselda as well.
Yeah, I've heard a couple by him too. He's dope as hell too. Yep.
So as a feature, if you could collab with anyone that you haven't with thus far, who would it be? Who do you think you sound really good with? Dead or alive?
Oh shit. Oh man. Jeez.
That opened it up a little bit.
R.I.P. Guru and R.I.P. Prodigy.
See, we have a lot in common because as far as our taste, because that's Guru was my guy. Like as far as hip hop goes, like that was the man. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's dope.
Like my father almost. I feel like he raised me almost.
Oh
I
man.
listen to his records so much, man.
He's the quintessential MC.
Yeah, I agree, man.
And those primo beats. So now I'm starting to understand why you dropped it on that primo track.
Yeah, man. Definitely, Premier is definitely my favorite producer of all time.
You know who I think you might sound good with? Jeru the Damager.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope, man. That would be real ill.
Atma and Jeru the Damager over a DJ Muggs beat.
Oh God, that would be crazy.
Yeah. So
respect to Jeru.
Respect to Jeru. So do you have anything in the future coming up as far as releases or anything you want the fans to be aware of coming besides?
Yeah, I'm just slowly working on another album, solo album, produced by Vherbal. And all the beats that I have so far for that album are all Vherbal. So that's what I'm working on, and the mixtape basically right now. And also me and Apakalypse is starting to work on a Masta Buildas project.
That's dope. Now, as far as production, you said that Vherbal's going to be producing that whole project. Do you notice when you do a project with one producer, it has more consistency overall?
Yeah, that's what I like to do, because that's how kind of like, just growing up hearing Guru and Premier, I guess that's where that comes from.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Now, what about, are you familiar with or friends with Vakil from the Molemen?
Yeah, I'm cool with Vakil. I haven't talked to Vakil in mad long, but yeah, he's a cool dude and great MC.
I think that would be a dope ass collab too, as well, between the two of you guys.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
So, do you have any message to the hip hop nation that you'd like to deliver on Coffee Talk today? Because I want to make it a platform for you to be able to say something that you want to get off your chest to the hip hop nation, or just to express your thoughts on how you feel about hip hop.
Man, I feel like these times we're in right now are crazy, man.
No doubt.
So this is my message, is to just keep our frequency as high as possible. Try not to dumb yourself down with too much alcohol and drugs and shit. That's my main message to people right now, is keep your vibration high and be fucking aware of all this shit that they're trying to do. That's about it, man. Yeah.
If fans want to contact you, or if there's some artists out there and interested in like a guest feature, how could they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me on my Facebook page. Thomas Stewart, and then Atma in parentheses, ATMA. Thomas, THOMAS, STEWART, and Atma in parentheses. That's the main place you can probably get a hold of me, and hit me up on the DM Messenger.
Cool. Now, as far as the up and coming artists, you were once an up and coming artist, and it's a rough game coming up and trying to be heard. So do you have any words of encouragement for any up and coming artists that might be super talented that we haven't heard of yet?
Yeah, I would say, it's different, because when I came up, man, I paid dues for mad long, and before I ever really put out an album, I was in open mics and shit like that for years. So I would say just keep sharpening your skills. Take it, if you be serious with it, like, you can't really be lazy if you want to be really one of the illest. You gotta kind of be obsessed with it. Get with a dope producer. Don't get with whack producers. And once you get with a dope producer, give that shit your all and put your whole soul into that shit and believe in yourself.
Now you mentioned coming up in the 90s and learning about hip hop in the 80s. So in this social media game that's going on now today, how do you see the difference as between when you were coming up versus how it is now?
Oh man, it's crazy, man. When I think back, you know what I'm saying? Man, like we had phones, we had pay phones and shit.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
We had pay phones and shit, and we would cipher every day together. We'd see each other in the in the streets and shit, and battle and cipher.
That's what I miss. That's what I miss.
Yeah, it's just I miss that shit too, man. And that's when hip hop was exciting, you know what I'm saying? And I was in Chicago at the time, and it was amazing in the 90s, man. So I don't know, man. It's just it's kind of fake now, not the same, man. It's weird.
It seems like, if I may say, it seems like other things matter besides the music.
Yeah, man. It's really weird, man. You got people, and it's just a lot of when you're at events and shit, and it's a hip hop event, man, it's good energy. Like, everybody's there for the love and shit. It's kind of different online. There's a lot of haters online.
Right.
Like, jealous over a Facebook page, or jealous over an Instagram page, and they'll just throw you mad negative energy just because of that. If you have a lot of likes or something, or if you're popping a little, you can feel that shit. It's like, damn, that shit's whack. Like, that's not how it used to be.
Right. More camaraderie and brotherhood, huh?
Yeah, and at the same time, there's a lot of love too on the internet. Don't get me wrong, like, I get a lot of love too, but that's what kind of sucks about the internet, is just a lot of hate going on.
No doubt. Now, are you down to do guest features with any up and coming artists out there?
Yeah, if they're dope, if they're serious, and they got skills, not whack.
That's what's up.
Down.
What if they don't know that they're whack?
There's ways of
letting
them know.
You gotta break it to them.
Sharpen up, maybe. Yeah, just sharpen up a little better. Yeah.
You gotta sit them down. Sit them down easy instead of crushing their dreams, huh?
Exactly, man.
Because that's what people need in the game, is guidance, man. That's what I think part of the problem is, the lack of guidance.
Like, if someone would have been mean to me when I was young trying to come up, I would probably always remember that and be like, fuck that dude.
Right.
So I'm always cool to people, man.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, no doubt. So you got any final words for the listeners out there?
Seek first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto you. That's about it, man. Peace and blessings. I hope I've put out some stuff that could have helped some people. Any of the dark music, if you didn't like it, I apologize. Just some dark nights of the soul, just venting and being like, fuck y'all, kind of sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I guess we all go through dark nights of the soul.
No
But I hope that I put out some stuff and to help people, and I'm going to continue to try to put out some stuff to help people wake up to their highest potential, because I think that history has been hidden from us. Literally.
No doubt.
And who we are, you know. Souls are eternal and immortal and full of knowledge and full of bliss, and we're part of this vast cosmos, just this 3D, you know, matrix with, you know, and all this shit that's going on trying to prevent the ascension of your consciousness. You got to really seek the kingdom of God and go past all this shit, so you're not in the dark. I think a lot's gonna change soon, very soon.
No
For the
doubt.
better, ultimately. Those that are not aware are gonna have, you know, a lot of difficulty. God bless, man. That's about all I have to say.
Well, we appreciate you for coming through the Coffee Talk, brother, and we hope to have you back when you have a new
Appreciate you,
release
brother.
dropping.
Word up, man. Peace and blessings to you, man, and I appreciate it, man.
All right, peace, bro.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Coffee Talk. Are you interested in appearing on the podcast? Reach out to me at coffee.talk@gmail.com. Business owners and entrepreneurs are welcome. Sponsorship packages are available to have your product or service featured on Coffee Talk. Once again, that email is coffee.talk@gmail.com. That's KAFI.talk@gmail.com.